Today we're taking a look at the new 2024 Allure by Elite. Just a reminder guys, head on over to mikesarchery.com to pick up any of our latest logo gear. We got plenty of hats and shirts as well as any gear you might need for your next adventure. Welcome back to Mike's Archery, and today we are taking a look at Elite's 2024 lineup, and they have got a new flagship women's bow coming here for you. The new Allure is what they've pushed out for 2024 for you ladies that are serious about having a top-end bow with all the features. Now, Elite is still made up there in New York, all made in the USA. So let's get into the specs on this new Allure for you ladies. Now, the speed, they have estimated on the card at 340 feet per second at 30-inch draw. Now, this bow does not get that as far as a draw length. It does top out at a shorter draw length. So we're just going to have to base our numbers off of that. But we'll give you some real speed numbers at a shorter draw later in the video. Now, the axle to axle, they brought this down to a 31-inch axle to axle, which will be a little easier for you ladies to handle with that short draw. That makes the overall cam to cam length at 35 3/4. Now the brace height on this bow comes in at 6 1/4, so still a nice high brace height with this shorter axle to axle bow, which keeps that shootability that we expect out of Elite. From there, the advertised weight on this bow is 4 pounds even, and as we took it out of the box, threw it on the scale, we had 4.6. And when we took the dampeners off of this bow, we got it down to 4.4. So coming in just a little heavier than what the advertised weight is. Now the draw length option on this bow with the new SPX cam is going to be 23 on the low end, all the way out to 28.5 on the top end. So with that draw length range, it is certainly going to limit it to those shorter draws, which is made for you ladies. Now if for some reason you are one of those tall ladies and you top out towards the 29, you're going to want to look at one of their other new bows, possibly the Kairos with that short draw option. The draw weight option on this bow is going to come to you at 40, 50, and 60 pound maxes, which again should outfit pretty much every woman out there on the market. Now with this new SPX cam, it is very similar to what they've had in the past with that SP cam, and it still gives you up to 90% let off and that full adjustability on the cam to allow you that perfect holding weight and micro drive adjustability on that draw length as well as the let off. Now from here, the features on the new Allure is very similar to what we've seen in the past from Elite. It still has that same great feel, same great draw cycle, same shootability. It has that caged riser look, so you're getting all those top end features from Elite just on a smaller platform. It's still got the set technology built into the limb pockets, so if you're needing to tune this bow, you're still going to be able to make very simple movements and make that perfect shot, perfect bullet hole there on the line with just an Allen wrench. It kept with that LTR option on the cable rod, still a roller cable rod. It just allows you to adjust that torque and tension on your cables, again, allowing you to tune this bow perfectly. Also has that stubby stabilizer that we've seen on top models from most brands, and then they did redesign the cam slightly from last year with this SPX cam being obviously the shorter draw, but they also, on that micro mod that they had last year that gave you that adjustability to change your holding weight, let off, and draw length at a micro tune, they took out that micro drive screw and made it just a lockdown system. They had a little issues with maybe some noise if you weren't getting things locked in from last year, and so now it's just a solid piece that slides on there, locks down perfectly, still gives you all the shootability and adjustability that the old cam had, just without the issues that it had. This bow still comes brand new with Winner's Choice strings on it, so you're getting high quality strings just like all your top end bows from Elite. Now for the color palette on this bow, it comes available in all the same great colors as the other bows for this year. So you've got a solid color option of the Ninja Black, your Sienna Brown, Outdoor Green, Mountain Tan, that Liquid Bronze and Graphite Grey, and then their new color for this year, which is the Midnight Copper. You can also get this bow outfitted in all those great camos that Elite offers with the Realtree Edge and Exscape. They did add a new True Timber Strata for this year, kept with the Vuni and the pure Whitetail, but also added a First Lite Specter in the lineup. Now, if you're the target lady and you want this bow to really stand out on the line, Elite offers these bows in a full target color palette as well, coming to you with the Cobalt Blue, the Orange Ignition, the Laguna Teal, Purple Rain, Silver Alloy, and Sour Apple. Most of those colors have been in the lineup for a few years, but they did add those 3 new colors for you. Now the MSRP on this bow is going to come to you at $12.99, so even though you're a lady, you're still going to pay the full price of that top end bow that you're seeing in all their other flagship models. From here, we're going to step back to the lane, give you a few shots of this bow, and give you a breakdown on all the speeds and noise rating that the new Allure puts out. Differently from our normal setup, we are going to shoot this bow obviously on a shorter draw length at 28.5, since that's what it tops out at, and we're going to shoot it on a 50-pound max, giving you a realistic speed for what you ladies should be able to expect with the smooth mods at 90%. So we've stepped back here to the lane, and we've got the new 2024 Allure for you ladies, and we're going to shoot this over the chronograph, give you some specs on how this thing performs. Now, a little differently than usual, we are going to shoot this bow because it is a short draw bow for you ladies. We're going to shoot this bow at 28.5 inches on 50 pounds at 90% let off, and we do have the smooth mods on this setup. So they do offer the performance mods for this, so if you want to try to get a little extra speed, just a little extra punch, where you may be working with a short draw or whatnot, then this bow does offer that option. It uses the same mods as the other cams, so you can pick those up pretty much anywhere with a performance mod to get a little bit more speed. But let's shoot this over the chronograph and give you a breakdown of how it shoots. All right, so as we start at the lightest arrow weight at 350 grains, this bow is putting out 266. From there, as we get a little bit heavier with a 400 grain arrow, it drops down to 249. And then with a 450 grain arrow, you're seeing this bow perform at 241. So not losing a lot of speed. We did go ahead and shoot a 500 grain arrow over it because that is one of our normal things to do. And it drops all the way to 229. Now, I don't figure most of you ladies are going to be shooting an arrow quite that heavy, so you're going to lean back towards the other direction, maybe even a 300 grain arrow, depending on your poundage and setup. So you might expect a little better speeds. But again, we are shooting this with the smooth mods and 50 pounds. Really not bad performance, being in the 260s, dropping into the 240s. With that setup, being a lighter poundage and the short draw at 28.5, it's performing quite well and giving some really nice speeds out of this bow. Now, as far as the noise rating on it, we were a little surprised. It's 96 decibels, so it's a little louder than what we had expected, but it's still not something that's excessively loud or an issue in a hunting situation. It's about on par for what we've seen over the years. Now, as far as the feel on this bow, I may be a little bit skewed for you ladies because obviously the draw length is short for me, but it's still smooth. It's exactly what you expect out of an Elite, with a nice smooth draw curve coming over real easy, real nice dropping into that back wall. It's nice and solid, even with the cable stops, but if you wanted to firm that up, you've got your limb stop option there on the limb, so you could really put a rock hard back wall on this bow. And then as far as the after shot at 50 pounds, it's dead. It's dead and quiet. It's exactly what you expect. And ladies, you're getting all the top features, all the top abilities out of this bow, from tuning to setup and just performance that you're seeing in all the Elite flagship stuff. The Allure is giving you that at your draw length and your specs to really give you a great flagship bow for you ladies. Now, as far as the grip on this bow, nice thin grip. I think you're going to be pleased with that as well. Low torque. Just overall, a really nice bow from Elite. We'd love to see them put some more features on there, but they've stayed with what they have been true to, and that's shootability, great feel, and tunability on this bow. So overall, a really nice women's flagship bow from Elite. So if you're looking for something like this to fit your build, give us a call at Mike's Archery so we can get you set up with one of the new Elite Allures.